morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. I warmly welcome you all to this CO regional meeting for Eastern Region being hosted by our Soroti branch. This is an engagement meeting that we normally have every year with our employers within the region.
At NSSF, we believe that at one particular point, our ecosystem needs to be self-sustaining, and therefore, if we do not empower our colleagues from Soroti, from Moroto, from Jinja, from Mumbare on how to empower their business, and therefore make contributions to the fund, at one time we'll be coming to claim benefits when the level of contributions are highly threatened.
Today, one of the risks that we are dealing with as a country is what we call the risk of longevity. And it sounds ironical, isn't it? Because it should be a nice thing to live long. But we are saying it is also a risk to live too long. Why? Because if you live too long and you never used your productive years to invest and save, those could be the worst years that you ever live. So in everything that you do today, in your savings, in your investment, when you earn some more money, make better financial decisions.
10 years ago in 2015, we came up with a 10-year strategic plan. What were we going to focus on? We said retirement is our core product. We must make sure that that money is there for you when you come, and must be prepared to be the social security provider of choice. We came up with a purpose, which was ours is simple: to make lives better by making savings a way of life. The reason why we are all talking about savings, because we know that it will make your life better. It matters. The reason why we've localized, decentralized some procurements to the branches is so that the local community gets to make a little more money. Therefore, they have now the capacity to save. You see how selfish we are?
Please provide us more information on Smart Life Flexi and voluntary saving.
Smart Life Flexi is a voluntary product that was introduced by NSSF to cater for employers in the informal sector. The member is the manager of their account. So you're able to save as low as 5,000, that's the least.
Does NSSF advertise for surprise and other services? What mode of advertisements do they use? For the procurements that we are managing at the headquarters, it depends on the value of that procurement. Above 800 million, above 400 million for consultancies and supplies, and also above 800 for works. We advertise them in papers. And the papers that we use are the papers of wide circulation, Monitor, and New Vision. And we also put them on our website as NSSF, and also on the website of PPDA.
Kindly explain the benefits that NSSF pays out.
NSSF has 7 benefits that are paid out to the members. The first one is what we call the age benefit for members who have reached the age of 55, or what we call retirement for the private sector. The second benefit is what we call the withdrawal benefit. It's for members who are retiring at the age between the age of 50 and 54. Third one is what we call the invalidity benefit. It is paid to members who are suffering from terminal illnesses and are no longer able to work because of those conditions. Then the fourth is what we call exempted employment. We pay members who have crossed over to the government pension scheme. We have what we call the survivor's benefit. It is paid to a member's family in case that you, the one who was contributing to NSSF, you have passed on.
We should really request that you open for us a bank as your members.
50% of Housing Finance Bank is owned by you as NSF. The bank runs on certain regulations under Bank of Uganda. You as a saver, you expect a certain return when you give me your money as an NSSF. And not all of you need a loan, and this was a debate we had. So the best thing NSSF does is we invest the entire money. Then when we get the earnings, we distribute it proportionately to everybody. That's the fairest way of dealing with the money in that case.
My organization was audited for the last 5 years, and we signed a deed. Later on, after signing the deed, they told us to pay the statutory and the interest. But in the deed, there was a say in the statement that there will be a waiver of the penalty, and that is by the discretion of the MD. I applied for the waiver, and in my email, I got a communication that you'll get a response after something like 5 days, working days. In 2 days, I got a communication that was declined. My documents were not verified. Who verifies them? What are the conditions for one to benefit from the waiver because I sent all the receipts, I sent the deed, I sent the payment schedules.
I will request that you give us your specific details for us to be able to check and see what the facts are. But in general terms, if you sign a payment plan and we put a provision to waive part of the penalty, it is under the condition that you've honored the payment plan to the letter.